Ice hockey is one of the most anticipated sports at the ongoing Beijing Winter Olympics in China. It's a sport traditionally dominated by European, American, and Asian teams. Africa's top team, South Africa, hopes to one day qualify for the Winter Games, having missed out on the 2022 edition. But much remains to be done before the Rainbow Nation can join the elite. CGTN Sias to Plessis takes a look at what is standing in their way.
Ice hockey in South Africa hardly gets any recognition, unlike the traditional heavyweights like football, rugby and cricket, but the sport, described by some as a combination of art and violence, is gaining momentum, and instead of skating on thin ice, it is now firmly focused on one goal, and that's to compete at the Winter Olympics.
If we make top 32, then we go to Olympic qualifiers, and then 5 or 6 years Olympic qualifiers, and we continuously play at that level. I think more money will be injected into the sport, more tours will be happening, and I think we could. I mean, it's not out of our reach.
There's 85 countries playing ice hockey in the world. But saying that, to show you that South Africa ranked 42, we're doing pretty well if you think the amount of ice hockey players. But funding is always an issue, and we're doing private things. When we host the World Championship, we make money out of that, and that goes directly back into the sport.
One of the biggest challenges facing the sport is a lack of ice. Yes, there are ice rinks across the Rainbow Nation, but with green parks like this one, children are more inclined to kick footballs around than seek out an expensive ice rink and costly training gear. Another barrier to entry is a lack of investment from the corporate world that prefers to spend money on traditional sports. All in all, it's not ideal for a sport that is packed with talent and passion and just needs a helping hand to one day realize its true potential.
I think the future of ice hockey is very bright in South Africa. I mean, we've got 56 million people that we can tap into, try to develop them. It's just getting the rinks to do that. And that's the next step, is to maybe secure a rink somewhere for the federation that makes development a bit easier.
Ice hockey has been around for almost a century in South Africa, played by a select few for many years. But now the sport is more accessible than ever. Development is underway and children are loaned out equipment to help them get onto the ice. But until a solution is found to provide regular international competition and a fixed training base, the sport remains frozen instead of carving up the ice as Africa's representative at the Winter Sporting Showpiece. Sias, CGTN, Johannesburg, South Africa.